from the comment section. I'm going to kick things off by sharing a bit of my story. I'm a police wife. I'm a mom of four. My youngest is 9 months old. I started these products because I was tired of giving my family my leftovers. I was exhausted all the time. My moods were all over the place. I just wasn't feeling like myself. And I just wanted to feel better for me, for them. My husband actually told me that it wouldn't work. But around month 2, my mood swings were so much better that he said I was like a new person. What I didn't expect was how much that it would support me during pregnancy, during postpartum. I've had 3 Plexus pregnancies postpartum. Have an abundant milk supply while I'm nursing. I'm able to nurse long term, which is something I wanted to be able to do. I could not do that with my first. And since February, I've lost over 20 pounds while still nursing. So I'm really excited about that. But what I love even more about my story is this became an answer to prayer. I had asked God for a way to bring in some extra income from home. I didn't know when I started this for my health that this would be that answer. We've paid off 19 credit cards, made a cross-country move to a state we love, even bought our first home. And this business just gives us choices. And that's what I'm most grateful for. And if you're thinking, I wouldn't be good at this, trust me, I wasn't either. Not a natural at all. I'm introverted. I had a tiny network, wasn't even on social media when I started. But I believed in what I was sharing. I knew I could help people, and this is just a set of skills that you have to learn. And so I just decided to learn them and not to quit until it worked. And here I am. So thanks for joining us. I'm going to pass this off to my friend Taylor so that you can hear her amazing story.
Hi. Okay, heads up. My kids are probably going to be storming in here like literally any minute. It just is what it is. And I actually love that about this business is like my kids can just be running around and doing their thing. And I just like, I love that. So anyways, hi, I'm Taylor. I have been here for 8 years. And my story actually starts in like 2018. I had a brand new baby. He was about 3 months old, and I worked a corporate job, and I actually loved my job, but I really felt called to stay home. But truthfully, I made way too much money in my corporate job to quit. And I carried the health insurance for our family. So, like, this idea of like leaving behind our income and losing our health insurance and not knowing like the cost that it would take to get new health insurance, financially, there was just no way that that was going to pan out. And so I did what any normal person would do, and I got on Facebook and I went into like a Crunchy Moms group, and I literally made a post that said, looking for work from home jobs, no MLMs. Okay, y'all, I literally put that in my post. Like that is how like closed off I was. And my friend Jordan, who you'll hear from later, was a complete stranger to me, and she messaged me anyways. And she was really nice about it. And she just like approached me about Plexus. And I was like, hey, thanks so much. But no, not really my jam. But what I want to share with y'all is I actually said no MLMs, not because I didn't believe that it would work. Like I had seen people do network marketing, I had seen them be successful. And so, like, obviously the proof was in the pudding, it was there, like it works. But I didn't believe that I could do it. Like Joanna said, I have a very small network. I don't know a lot of people. And I had this thought of like, well, I don't know enough people to build this to something that would like sustain our family, right? And so that's actually why I said that. But Jordan was just really good at being my friend. And we built a really good
like relationship.
We have a lot of things in common. Sorry, I will try to talk louder. We have a lot of things in common. And actually, one day I ended up in an event very similar to this one. And I heard a girl talk about her struggle with migraines. And Jordan did not know this, but I actually at that time had been dealing with a 10-year battle with migraines. I had done everything under the sun to get a grip on this. My doctor even at one point said, I don't know how to help you. Like I've given you everything I can. I don't know what else there is. And so that's actually why I started Plexus. I started for the products. I went through detox because I had done some big damage on my body, taking a lot of medications. But then I actually started to feel better. I wasn't having migraines as frequently. I went from having 3 to 4 a week to I think having 3 in the last 8 years. Like it's been a total game changer for my health. And then naturally I just decided to share because I was like, well, surely like if it could help me, it could help other people. And like Joanna said, I came into this having zero skill set. I knew absolutely nothing about sharing a product, helping other people get started, but I just told myself I was going to figure it out and learn. And that's what I did. And in 3 years, we built to the top 1% of our company. This house that we're sitting in was built because of our Plexus income. We have both of our kids in a private Christian school, which, if you know anything about private Christian school, is a lot of money each month. And we pay for it in cash. And we don't have to worry about that, which would not have been possible. And there have just been so many blessings that have come from this because of one simple yes that I took when I was very nervous and very scared and just was very uncertain. But I knew the life that I wanted for my family, and I was at least willing to give it a go. And it's turned into something so beautiful. So, my encouragement to y'all is if you guys are on here tonight and you're like, I'm skeptical, same, we were all skeptical. If you're like, I don't think I can do this, same, we probably all had those thoughts. But just know that like this can be life changing if you really want it to be for your family. So, I'm going to pass it on to my friend Adrienne and let her tell her story.
Hey guys, my name's Adrienne. I am a homeschool mama to five in Montana. My story is really similar to Joanna's. We actually grew up close together as well, but I was homeschooled. I didn't go to college. I got married right like at 20. I had two babies in less than 2 years, and I actually started for the products, having those babies, and this totally drained my body. And I wasn't taking care of myself probably as well as I should, but I've always been I've always been a crunchy mama, very into health and natural things. I like grew an herb garden as a teenager and like all the things. But when I heard Plexus, I heard Slim, and I thought, I don't need that. I was actually at the time, I was very underweight, and I probably had thyroid issues, but we didn't have enough money for me to like go to the doctor to figure it out. And I heard the word slim and I thought, oh, that's definitely not for me. But then my friend shared about how it was helping her with her like candida yeast overgrowth. And that's something that I had struggled with for like since I was a teenager, and I tried to manage it with diet. But if you know anything about that sort of thing, it is actually hell. And it was just so bad that I thought, okay, I'll give in. I'll try this triplex thing that she keeps talking about. And a week into it, um, I'm like, my yeast infection was gone. My weight actually stalled. Like I stopped, I was losing pounds every single day. And it stopped. And then over the next 3 months, that actually came back to a healthy weight. I felt more alive. I didn't feel so fatigued. I felt like I could actually get up and play with those two little babies. And so from that, I thought I need to get these products paid for. We were one income ministry family. We were traveling all over the country, and I was like, I don't know anybody. I have maybe 20 friends on Facebook. And I used Instagram as a photo album, back in the day. And that was 11 years ago. But what I learned and what I love about this business is that it's not just who you know, it's who you know and then who they know and who they know. And it opens up this beautiful community of people who are looking to get healthy, who are looking to have better finances for their family, who are looking to help others. And the community just grows. And again, this 11 years ago is when I started. And since then, we reached the top of the company. And I'm like, again, homeschooled, no college. Like, you don't have to be, I'm very introverted. I'm like shaking. I've done these kind of videos for so long, and I still get nervous on every single one. But you don't have to be the it girl and like have all the friends. If you are that person, that's awesome. And we love you, and we love to have you as part of our team. Us introverted girls are looking for you, right? We're like, help us in the group chat, make some comments, right? But this is for everyone, is what I'm trying to say. This is for everyone. Everyone is welcome here, and everyone can succeed with that hard work, consistency, determination. So yeah, hopefully that is encouraging to some of you. And I'm going to turn it over to, I think my friend Katie is next.
Hey everyone, I'm Katie Ciccarelli. I'm really excited to share my story. Plexus has been a part of our family's lives for the last 8.5 years. So I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I was also homeschooled, and I had three kids, 2.5 and under when I started Plexus. I had three back-to-back C-sections, high-risk pregnancies, and my body was just really destroyed from all the medications, all of the high risk. I had injections, I had steroids, I had all the stuff. And my body was just like, we're done having babies, we're done having all those problems. And it turned into an autoimmune disease. So that was what I found Plexus because of that. I had been diagnosed with a chronic form of an autoimmune disease, and the doctor literally told me, um, this is something you're going to deal with the rest of your life. You're going to have to stop nursing your baby, and you can't live on steroids any longer. And I was just devastated. I just didn't. She was my last baby. I didn't want to be done nursing her. She was doing so well. And I also didn't want to live on medicine. I was 28, and I was like, man, the rest of my life is hopefully a long time. And that just seems so depressing. And so Adrienne told Joanna, Joanna told me, and Joanna reached out and she was telling me about gut health and how if you address your gut, then autoimmune issues can often be helped or even like go into reverse because of just getting your gut in balance. And very skeptically, I asked my husband and he was like, we've tried vitamins. Like, what's the difference? Like, and I was like, I don't really know. I just know there's a money back guarantee if it doesn't work. And we traveled full time in ministry back then. And we actually had a church send us $500 to try something natural. And so with that money, we bought our triplex, and I bought 3 bottles of our Ease. Ease is an inflammation busting kind of product. Like, it's like an anti-inflammatory. It's amazing. Keep it in my medicine cabinet for like in place of Tylenol, that sort of thing. But I started on a loading dose of that. And you guys, in 8 weeks, I was a different person. So I went from literally, my mom moved in with us because I couldn't walk. My husband was carrying me from my bed to the toilet, back to our bedroom, to the kitchen, to the living room. Like, I literally couldn't walk. My feet were so huge and ugly and swollen. Like, my feet wouldn't bend because they were so inflamed. And my hand joints, like to hold a cup, it was just all my joints. I couldn't play the piano, like, and my knuckles were huge, and it was awful. And it took me feeling really bad to realize like how unhealthy I was, because I would have said I was a really healthy person back then. But all of a sudden I wasn't, and I realized inside I might have looked healthy on the outside, but I was a hot mess inside. Digestive problems, crazy inflammation. So that is why I said yes to Plexus. And I remember telling people, like, I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to talk about it. I am extroverted, and I did love being on social media. We traveled full time. I was in the car, snooping on all my friends, their babies, all their lives, like all the time. I just wasn't making any money for doing that. So, but when something like changes your life as much as Plexus changed mine, I couldn't not tell people about it. It would have been like the worst friend ever to be like, this is just for me. I'm not going to like tell anyone. It's too scary, whatever. I didn't even think about that when I actually saw the results. Well, number one, people noticed them, so I didn't even have to say anything at first. But like, it would have been such a bad friend move to not tell my friends about him. So it was very natural and it fit. I didn't have to carry a bunch of inventory because we lived out of our SUV and we traveled all the time. There wasn't a crazy startup fee because we were in ministry. We didn't have a lot of money. Like, everything about this opportunity just fit all the pieces for us. It checked all the boxes. And 8 years later, like, this business has been a side income to a full-time supportive income to a supporting income along with my husband's. Like, we've been in through all of the seasons. And Plexus has just been there to bless our family, bless our ministry. And I'm just so thankful for not only my friends Joanna telling me about these products, but for her boldness to tell me in her introvertedness, for me to be able to tell my friends. And like, it's the most fun and it's so rewarding. The community is so beautiful. And I'm just going to tell you, take a second glance and don't wait until it's a crisis to give this a try.
Hi, you guys. My name is Emily Burgess. Katie, I love your story. I was not homeschooled, and I definitely do not homeschool my children. There are some people cut out for it, and I am not one of them. I don't know how you people do it. I live in Boise, Idaho, but I do have 2 beautiful daughters, and they're a huge part of my story. I was curious about Plexus for years after saying no, 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 no to my friend who sent me samples. I threw them in the trash. I thought everybody was crazy. I knew for sure that people were going to, gain all their weight back or they were going to grow a third eye. And so I knew better. But after 4 years of saying no, I finally got to the place of like, I've got to do something because I don't feel my best self. I cry when I'm in the closet because I don't know what to wear to church on Sundays. I can't stop eating all the sugar. I don't sleep well. I don't go to the bathroom daily. Like, there were a lot of things in my health that I saw people over those 4 years sharing that Plexus was helping them with. But I think the main thing that really kind of drew me in was that curiosity. Even though I was completely skeptical and I hate being sold to, I will never want to sell to anybody.
there was this like prompting in my heart, like this curiosity of what could this look like for our family if I were to maybe share about the products? Because I had seen friends of mine that I had gone to college with totally change everything for their family. So while I was interested in Plexus for, losing some baby weight, which my babies were not, I mean, they were still young, but they weren't like fresh out of the womb kind of baby weight. But that stuff was interesting to me for sure. But there was this deep longing of, I think that I'm going to do this. And I think that this is going to change everything for my family because just like Katie, my husband was in ministry. I was working in ministry and we did not have any money. It was like the hamster wheel, like a financial hamster wheel of death. And my daughters were young and I desperately wanted to be home with them. I didn't want to work an 8 to 5. I had been there, done that with corporate, and it was miserable for me. And I didn't want to do that with my girls. And so that was a huge driver for me. I had multiple other huge drivers of pursuing this business with heart and intention the way that I wanted to do it. Like I said, I hate being sold to. And so I kind of went into this after getting on the products for a couple of months and seeing changes in my weight, changes in that belly situation, like Michelin man belly and sleep and digestion. Like I was seeing changes there. And so when I got confident to like go and help people with this, because it actually was helping me as it was helping thousands and thousands of others, I went into it just thinking, I love people really well. I see people really well. I have a vision for what this could be for my family. I have a very big drive to keep me home with my children, to eliminate some financial stress for my husband. Because at one point he was talking about adding on to his 9 to 5. He was talking about maybe going and delivering pizzas at night so we could have a tiny bit of cushion. And so I just had this deep longing. And there was like this knowing of like, I can do this. I can freaking do this and I can do this well. And so I did. And we have had the most beautiful time growing a business full of women that I deeply love, women who love the Lord, who love other people, who see other people, who care for other people, and who aren't salesy, but want to help. And it's the most beautiful gift. And I'm going to end my portion with this. I was driving my daughters home today. I'm home with them now, and it's amazing. We were over at a friend's house helping her unpack her house. My kids are swimming and we're in the car, and my oldest daughter, she's now 12, and she said, Mom, is one of the reasons that you love Plexus because it empowers women? And I was like, heck yes, that is why I love Plexus. One of many reasons why, but the beautiful thing is that our kids see that too, and they become empowered. And so it's been a huge gift for our family. Jordan, take it over.
All right, can y'all hear me okay? I'm outside. Hopefully it's not too windy. Can y'all hear me? I can see Emily. Can you hear me now? Joanna says yes. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. One of the reasons I love my business is because I can do it from anywhere. And I actually drove 6 hours today to go be with 4 of our youth group kids that got baptized. And so I'm on my way home, and it's just a huge blessing for our family to be able to do this. But I want to talk to the girls that want to make money. I know there's a lot of girls on here that maybe that you're looking for a side income. Maybe you're looking for something to just take off the edge. But I know there's also girls on here that are looking to like really make some money here, and money that for us has allowed my husband to be able to go into full-time ministry. Without Plexus, there's no way we'd be able to do that. I was looking for a way to make a substantial income for our family, and also to be able to say yes to lots of things. Yes to ministry, yes to vacations, yes to all of it. And I'm looking on this call, and I'm looking at Joanna and Emily, and y'all, we started as nothing in this business. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know how to lead people. We didn't know how to sell something online. I've never even sold something on Marketplace at the time. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. And I'm just looking at this call at all the proof that this is actually possible. And there is no mold. I'm looking at me. Okay, yes, I'm extroverted. But then you look at Adrienne, she's like, no, I am so introverted. So I want y'all to drop in the chat. Are you extroverted or introverted? Because guess what? It doesn't matter. You can do this whether you're extroverted or introverted. I went to college and I have a business degree. Joanna did not. She cleaned houses. And you guys, we both hit the top of the company. Your skill sets up until this point do not matter. So your experience up until this point does not matter. Your personality type, whatever it is, does not matter. Your age does not matter. And I know this because I'm looking at the people that are having wild success. And I'm not just talking about a few $100s. I'm talking about thousands of dollars a month. And there is no mold. But the key is truly they just do scary things. And I know you're on this call because this is probably uncomfortable for you. So bravo, that's like step one. But I want to share with you guys one quick thing that I feel like has been really important for us. And so I want to show it to you actually. Did you guys know that a huge perk to this is that you get a Plexus Lexus? Did y'all know that that's like a thing? And so whenever started my business, this is my Plexus Lexus, now my license plate number, but whenever I started this business, I had a Jeep that I'd had since I was in college. And I just remember we were driving to church one day and my wheels literally fell off my car. And I had just started my Plexus business and I was like, Lord, we cannot afford another car. And I saw in our comp plan that there was an opportunity to get a vehicle. And at the time, we had a 17-year-old boy living with us that was not ours. His mom had committed suicide, and it was just a hard situation. And so I just remember looking at that and I'm like, I need that car. And so I share that because I don't know what hard you have right now. I don't know what feels hard, but I want you to know that this has been a solution for us for a lot of hard things when it came to finances and time. And so I just hope that you'll talk to your sponsor, or not to your sponsor, talk to your friend after this and just ask questions, because my biggest regret is that I waited and watched for 2 years before I started.
Y'all, thanks so much for joining us. Stacy Hurley, you are the winner of the $50 Target gift card. Congrats. Send me a message. I'll get that sent to you. And have a beautiful night, you all.